they gon' side it. The OECS currency controlled by the ECCD. A most stable economy, that's one aspect of unity. So with the whole region together, working under one umbrella, we'll be able to stand firm and mighty, holding we heads high for all to see. Yeah, one Caribbean nation, one cultural projection, one God, one aim, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity. Yeah.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
So good morning to everyone. We are here with you. I'm here with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. All right, time here in SVG, it is 7:46. And usually at this time, we are expecting a call from Kingsley to provide us with his commentary for today. All right, so Kingsley, if you are able to call, you can go right ahead and hit us up. All righty. So if I haven't seen a call coming from Kingsley, so that means that, I guess he is busy at this time. All right. So Kingsley, hoping that you are going to have a good day, a fruitful day, a ching, 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 money making kind of day. All right. All right, so it is just little young me in studio with you today. Dianna's son is still unwell, so she is attending to him. All right, so we are just going to touch on just a few. There is Kingsley. Good morning, Mr. DeFreitas.
Good morning. I want to ask you a question before I make my comment. Whenever you hear that we have a culture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what is your understanding of culture then?
Culture is, generally defined as the way of life. It is something that might be practiced by many, not necessarily all, but by many. Different things.
The reason why I ask you that, there is some people saying that our culture is a part of being rum drinkers. And I'm using rum drinkers broadly because I don't want to offend anybody who sponsors strong drink on WEFM. And I don't agree with them because I didn't grow up in that environment. My father and my mother were very strict, so I couldn't deal with the issue. If I wanted to take a drink, I suffer high. Some people say that our living is a part of being a rum drink, and it just takes us technically there a while ago. And I don't support that. I don't understand why people think that identifying as a rum drinker. I don't understand that if you go around Zimbabwe and Nigeria, everywhere you go, you meet people drinking strong beverages, streets with streeters, and then they say, oh, we're having a good time, we have been drinking plenty of rum. And that is a part of our culture. I totally disagree with that because I can't understand why we should confine ourselves to be known as rum drinkers. Some may say, boy, the producers want better quality rum in terms of strength and service and again. But let me tell you something. Anybody who drinks these strong beverages constantly is going to find themselves in difficulty during the course of their lifetime. Is drinking this strong drink is molasses that are going to hype up your sugar levels, and then after pick up in a diabetes and I don't understand why people would identify themselves as being rum drinkers. I can remember a few calypsos and Calypso season over the last couple of years, people went as far as say, pass me a drink of your rum. They're drinking that rum. They're drinking that rum. And they think that is fun. A couple of years ago, everything is about big stick, anaconda, big sexuality. They don't think that has fallen off, and that's a good trend. But my thing is that, why are we accepting being negative? I don't know if you remember, everything one time was pass me a drink of your rum. We're drinking this, we're drinking that, we're drinking 24/7. And people accept that and defeat the purpose of being a person who's saying that drinking rum is a part of our culture. I totally disagree. I hope people will comment on that conversation, and we will see you right here tomorrow morning. You have a wonderful day, okay?
All right, you too. You okay, Kingsley? Your voice sounds a little different.
Yeah, I have a little issue then, so that's why the voice is a bit different this morning.
Okay, all right, all right.
But it was not from drinking rum, okay?
Well, I don't judge. I listen, I don't judge, okay?
I'm telling you, yeah, okay.
All right, have a good one, Kingsley. And that was Kingsley this morning with his commentary. And in essence, he's asking, do we have a rum culture? And for him, he is saying that we do not have a rum culture. Now, what it is that I consider this. So as I started off with my definition of what culture is, it's the way of life of people, and it's generally defined by many people within the society, not necessarily all, right? Would I say we have a rum culture? Maybe not. If I'm going by the definition that I've proposed this morning, not necessarily a culture, but I do believe that rum is consumed, or alcohol is consumed by many, right? And one of the things that we always talk about is the glorification of rum, drinking rum within our music, especially around carnival time, right? Many of these songs, they talk about the consumption of alcohol, getting drunk, and not just using alcohol to loosen your spirits to enjoy and have a good time, but somehow it seems like being drunk and being tipsy, being disorderly is also a good thing. And we've emphasized that point repeatedly, that it isn't. Yes, the consumption of alcohol by itself isn't necessarily bad, but it's the abuse of drinking alcohol that is what is the challenge, right? And I do think that there needs to be greater education out there, especially when it comes to younger persons, because younger persons are a lot more susceptible to things that they see within the media. They succumb a lot more easily to peer pressure, and they don't know how to say no, right? They don't know how to say, well, you know what? I don't think that consuming alcohol is good for me. I am going to stay away from this. All right. So Coach is on the line. Coach, good morning to you.
I think the problem is that it's not a culture, it's an addiction problem. Because some people could drink a few booze like on a weekend and then touch it at all. Some people touch it and they can't stop drinking. So the addiction of alcohol, just of cigarettes and any other substance that you incline to use, like crack cocaine, it's an addiction. But it's not a culture. To me, I don't know why people mixing up towards culture in certain aspects of life. I mean, a way of life is to me, a way of life is when the whole country is in part. Like, if it's a cultural thing, it's in it. I mean, the whole country is embracing it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
You can put culture with drinking rum. I mean, the whole world is the whole world culture, because in Russia, they love the vodka. You can't stop them from drinking the vodka. In Germany, they love the beer. They have beer sex. Just like how we are carnival, they have beer sex.
Yeah.
But when you go to one of them sex, you walk on with your mother and you just get in consume beer from left to right and you go wrong. Forget what you was going to say.
Yeah. You see, sometimes I wonder if persons use the word culture, because we also see it in the context where some persons say we have a rape culture. And when they say it, is it because they're trying to highlight the prevalence of it? Not necessarily saying that this is what defines all of us.
Yeah, but that's bad too.
Yeah.
You know, why you put culture to it? Rape culture. I mean, how much people in convention actually rape it?
Yeah.
We don't have a statistic of that. We don't have a number, because even the people who get caught, if Larry said people get caught, there might be another 10 or 20, 30 people probably doing it and they get caught. You understand what I'm saying? So a culture is when the whole country taking part. I mean, a woman can walk on the road, you probably not feel the share and race right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah, I get you.
So when you use the word culture, you need to really stop using that word culture for everything.
Yes.
You know?
I'm in agreement with that. All right, Kojo.
All
right. Okay, bye-bye. All right, so I see somebody on your WhatsApp is saying, yes, we have a rum culture. It is an integral part of life. Therefore, it is culture. You see, I don't know if is it fair to say that majority of Vincentians consume alcohol or consume rum? I'm not sure if that is actually correct. And because of that, I don't think that attaching the word culture would be correct in this case. Yes, we may have a lot of persons using it. Yes, we may have a lot of persons abusing it. But I don't know. I do have a strong issue with the use of the word culture when persons are trying to highlight, let's say, an ill within society or something that needs to be fixed. Because if you have to speak to somebody outside of SVG, they're going to think that this is what defines the country, and this is what many persons or all of the persons within the country are partaking or subscribe to. And that for me is what I don't agree with. All right. All right, so just before we head on out of this topic, last week or week before, I can't remember which one it was, I mentioned that there is going to be a grant, a business support grant, and for persons who are affected by burial. So just to note, you can find this on the API's page. So for micro and small business, there's a micro and small business support grant. Applications will be available for collection and submission at the Economic Planning Division beginning today, is the 15th today. All right. So this business support grant is under the Berry project, and it offers cash support and training to micro and small business owners impacted by Hurricane Beryl. So those who can apply, that the business had to have been active between January and July of 2024. You need to have no more than 5 employees. There should be monthly sales under 20,000 EC dollars and owned by individuals 18 years and over. All right. So y'all know, once I come across grants and anything related to business, I'm going to put you on. Okay. So the support ranges from US $1,000 to up to $3,000, depending on the type of business, the size of business, and most impacted. The deadline application is the 15th of August, and it's 1 applicant per household. All right. The priority would be given to individuals whose businesses are their main source of income, business impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and women-owned businesses. All right. So, in case you didn't capture everything that I said, you can go to the API's page and you can look at that. And if you think that you are applicable or you can apply for this, go right ahead and apply. All right. Free money used for business purposes should always be encouraged and should always be capitalized on. All right. So that is just something there to note for those of you who have businesses and who were impacted by Hurricane Beryl. And with that, we're going to head on out of this segment. In a few minutes, we will bring to you today's foreign Policy in Focus. And remember that at 8:20, we will be having an interview with Bongo Prime. The time here in SVG, it is 8 o'clock, and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life,